Hawaii. Backdoor pipeline, the most dangerous wave in the world. You're locked into the tube, the corals below, and the white water's chasing you. You're close to the things men rate great.
The sexy rock radio station you've always wanted is here.
And now, stand by Durban, East London, Maritzburg, the Wild Coast, and all of Capital Country for the most music power.
Sit down and close the door. It's great outside, but it's fun in here with
NCB Radio.
With your host, Michael Dieger.
He rocks my world.
Whoa, and that was the end of that. That just exploded there, that end of that song. What a cool tune. Hey, good evening. Welcome to Friday night. It is, of course, the big Feck rock show, and it is a rock Halloween. Of course it is. It's the night before the real Halloween. It's a Friday night. Of course, it's rock Halloween night. And of course, rock Halloween night means we play lots of rock and roll. And we talk to some real rock and roll people. And one of those guys we're going to talk to right now is an absolute legend. And I'm going to give him a ring right now because he's just such a machine, and he's such a cool dude too. And let's see if we can get him on the tinkle tinkle. I'll be walking down the street just having a feeling, and you never know who you could meet. Oh, it's Mr. Stratton.
You alright?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. We're just loading the gear in for the gig tonight.
Oh, you're heading south. You're heading south again, then?
We're in Walden, yeah, up in South Walden. Got the band playing tonight, Story, with Martin Johnson and Tommy Dunn and Lowell and everyone.
Oh, fantastic. Jeez, I wish I was there. Well, I don't understand why I have to live so far away from you, mate. Cheers, Bob. Well, the big story, the big news is out then. You had such an amazing gig with a wonderful band that you had going sort of in the 80s, a band called Lionheart. And it's such a momentous occasion, you know what I mean? It's bringing this band together, all these guys. Fantastic. How was the show?
Well, to be honest, right, it was fantastic.
Yes.
The response was out of this world, but the funny thing was, the lead up to it was just so strange, because the promoter from the Rockingham Festival, he asked us could we get it together and do it in time, because we haven't played these songs for 32 years. And at the time, Steve Mann was on tour with Michael Schenker in Japan, so we was trying to contact him.
Yeah.
And we asked when he was back, and he was getting back about 3 weeks before the actual festival, or a month before the festival. So basically what we did was we settled on 9 or 10 songs that we were going to do from the first album, and a couple that didn't get on the album. So it was just sitting indoors, just running through all the stuff, trying to remember, how did that go? How did this go? And slowly it all came back to us. So it was great. It was really, really good. And the show went well. The funny thing was, because of WhatsApp and because of, computers now.
Yeah.
Steve was sitting in his studio in Germany, and I was sitting at the farm in Saffron Walden, and we're talking to one another on video, and I was saying, right, these harmonies, I remember doing this, and did you do that? And he went, yeah, I did this, you did that.
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
Slowly, the fine tuning with all the harmony guitars,
Yes.
it all came back to us,
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
rehearsals across the internet.
Yeah, well, just learning the songs, like fine tuning.
Yeah.
We could learn the songs chord-wise and
Yeah.
vocal-wise, sitting indoors, but
Yeah.
it was getting down to the fine tuning of the harmony guitars, and who sung what harmony, and did I do the high part or the middle part. But the lucky thing was, we've got an arts and media centre in Saffron Walden that gave us the rehearsal studio free of charge for 2 days, and they filmed it for a documentary. So it was just, everything seemed to sort of fall into place, and we started rehearsing. We got this great singer called Lee Small.
Yes.
He was with Shy and a couple of other bands, but everything. As soon as we started playing "Waiting for the Night," the first track on the album,
Yes.
we sort of all looked at one another. It just all fell into place. It was brilliant.
Oh, amazing! What an amazing feeling it must have been for you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, and we've had so much response. When we got to the festival, funny enough, because we were on in the afternoon. It was an early finish. I think the last band went on about 8 o'clock. It was a really sort of low curfew, so an early curfew. So
Okay, yeah.
basically, when we got there, it was a real buzz because when we walked in, it was hanged out, and as we sort of like walking around, seeing people. The promoter, the girls on the door, the girls doing the guest list, all the crew, all had Lionheart t-shirts on.
Fantastic.
So it was just, that's how it started. It was really good.
Wow, amazing. I saw somebody put a video clip on Facebook of one of your songs, the last song that you played, and it just sounded to me just so amazing. I can hear the song, I recognize the track from the album. And I'm thinking to and what a voice that guy's got, Lee. Gee whiskers, wow.
Yeah, he's got a great voice. Yeah.
And then the harmony guitars, absolutely beautiful, my man. Flipping hell.
Yeah. No, it's just, and Steve's such a great producer.
Yes.
He done the last Albert Lee album. He produced the last Albert Lee album, and he's working with all the top people. But luckily, he's not back with Shankar until a few months. So basically, we're
got a bit of time to put it together.
Well, we decided to do another album, and Steve's already started in his studio on the first track because he sent us some clips of the sounds.
Yes.
So basically, he's already started because he couldn't wait,
Yeah.
So he's laying down some bits down, and it's going to be really good.
Oh, I'm so excited for you, my man. Brilliant.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Fantastic. I just couldn't believe it. Looking at the photographs on Facebook of you and all the guys, just after so many years.
Yeah, well, we couldn't believe it. When they said we haven't been going well, we went, well, it's going really well, going too good to be honest. But we've had so much support from Burn Magazine and from Classic Rock with Dave Ling. Lots and lots of people are just sort of contacting and saying you've got to do another album.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And the good thing is that we can do the album.
Yeah. Because
Steve's got his own studio over there.
Yeah.
And it's not going to cost a fortune, and we've got the time. We can put stuff together.
Take your time.
Some songs in the we've got some songs in the back waiting to come through, and also. We've got a few new songs that we put together over the years when we haven't seen one another. So it's been really exciting.
Oh, I wish you guys every success in it.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Jeez.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us on the big Feck of Rock Show tonight.
No problem. Hopefully I can give you a few updates as we go along.
I'd love that. And I think it's time we got Guitarist TV out of the flipping cupboard and down to Saffron Walden and fool you guys,
Yeah.
It's time to do that.
As I say, there's bound to be updates that would be
nice to follow.
Calls on the phone and everything else. We're trying to basically let people know that we're going to do this the next album, because all our friends and fans in Japan, when you think of Brian Mantis for 15 years, signed to a Japanese record label.
Yeah.
Pony Canyon, when you think we're there 15 years, and then before that, Lionheart was quite big in Japan. It goes without, even the Maiden connection, but it's just great that we just need to let people know that we're going to do it, and
with much excitement. Yeah. Well, there's much excitement here, and I'm sure I feel many people like me feel the same way, and
brilliant.
So, anyway, have a great gig tonight, Den. I'm going to play...
Yeah, we'll do, mate. I'll say hello to Low and Martin and Tommy from you. So.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, give big loves to all those guys, man. Have a good
mate,
show.
Lovely.
Thank you so much for being on. I'm going to play a track from the album that you released many years back. This one's called Die for Love. Okay, Den. Love you, mate. Bye.
Night and day, I dream the truth.
And now, stand by Durban, East London, Maritzburg, the Wild Coast, and all of Capital Country for the most music power.
Sit down and close the door. It's great outside, but it's fun in here with
NCB Radio.
With your host, Michael D. Yeager.
He rocks my world.